Yeah, we know. Last bonfire was at Wanagiri, which is over in, it's near Ayana. And today we're going to go and probably do it at this secret beach next to that. So pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So let's see today. Let's change the May 31st to June. Oh wait, it's still May 31st. Sorry about that. Rizal, can we change the secretary from Alvin to you? Okay. Yes, all right, and let's go through these topics that we were looking at. All right, first topic, is Bona there?
No, Bona is the off.
Okay, so let's take a look at Bona's work first. He's talked about getting 5 Instagram profiles of community related to our industry. He discovered 3 Instagram profiles. Okay, this is great. Discovering the people is great, but the question is what you're gonna do. My understanding of this is that if you have an influencer, think of it as a trade. So you're doing a barter with them. What do you want to trade? Do you want to trade like a stay for exposure to the audience? Do you want to trade like some knowledge? Do you want them to just come into the office and give a talk? What is it that we want to trade? Now that we develop our own media channels, like our own YouTube, our own whatever, we can kind of trade something. We can say, all right, maybe come over, give us a talk about your vision of what you do, and we'll record the video and upload it to YouTube, right? That could be a trade. So the next, I think, evolution of how to push this down the funnel is to think of what he wants to negotiate with. So that's a little bit on working with influencers. What do they want? What can we offer them? And what can we get back from the trade? So Bona says, this is the homework I'm thinking of. I'll figure out what to do and the best way of it. Okay, so let's, Mr. Secretary, let's leave that on old business, and we'll come back to that when Bona has an answer. All right, next matter of old business is Deepa's looking at the current bandwidth and action from content team. We're posting 1 post a day. I'd like to amend the motion. Okay, currently I think on Instagram we're posting about once every day and 1/2. We posted about 6 times in 9 days, so it's a little bit slower than we want. Is there a friction, just to open up for discussion, what are the frictions now to posting every day? Is there any discussion about this?
Actually, there is no friction because yeah, sometimes I create content for the Instagram. Today I have to post about physical craft in Saturday, and then today we will upload about the Penidang vlog.
Okay.
And the next day we will figure out what content we will have.
Okay, all right.
Maybe on the picture from Bona about the big next year.
Okay, Gunny, I think there's a lot of echoes in that room, so the sound is sort of just bouncing around and echoing. Could you kind of say that again really quickly?
Oh, okay. So actually, me, Riza, and Bona have just created a content for Instagram. I have been created about silver class about product the day, and today Riza will upload about the Penidang vlog, and tomorrow maybe Bona will upload about her big project about a big Brexit.
Okay, I saw that, to Bing Mexi, yeah, in Jogja. Great.
Yeah.
I have a question. Once again, open for discussion. How the follower count is actually going down right now from before. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
So that the followers down?
Yes,
No.
I've noticed that since the last we've started posting more regularly. I'm not sure, because my question is related to this. Let me show you what I look at. I noticed any time that we actually share a yellow panel, like an information panel, low engagement. Nobody likes it. Nobody does anything. Anytime we share a picture, high engagement. So I'll show you what I saw. So this one, 18 engagements. The picture, 56, 25, 44, 24, 45, 21, 38, 40. Okay, Game of Thrones went up, 67, 24. In fact, if you look at our lowest engagement pictures, they've always been one of these yellow panels, right? The ones that are not yellow panels seem to work really good, and the ones that are yellow panels, they're always the minimum, right?
Yeah.
So the one next to it is always higher, but the yellow one is always lower. So I wonder if this is a good practice. I wonder if this is something that our audience wants to see. There isn't much engagement. There's a lot of comments here. No comments here. There's a lot of comments on this one. This one was pretty engaging with comments. This one had some comments. The other photos, oh, this one has some comments. Okay, so I think that could be an order of new business. Mr. Secretary, can we talk about this on the next order of new business? Maybe not on this one, but is it worthwhile to have the yellow panels on Instagram? Or are they doing more hurt than benefit?
Actually, I have been discussed with Diva about this. The reason why Diva create the yellow box is to make the profile of Bukit Vista is more attractive.
Right.
If the guest open from as a guest.
Right.
But actually, this is a low engagement.
Yeah.
So have been discussed with Diva. How if we we create the landscape picture, we post the landscape picture, but we still add some yellow box. But
Okay.
like clicking bits that I post at 9 p.m.
Okay, got it.
I think that my idea is something like that.
Oh, like a cinema box.
Not this one. Below.
Thinking Beach.
No.
This one?
No, this one. Clicking Beach. Yes. Yes. My idea is and we still add the yellow print.
Okay.
So it keep the tone. Yeah, once we upload without yellow frame and then we upload with yellow frame, yeah, repeat. Yeah. What do you think, sir?
I think this is actually worthwhile to discuss whether we should continue or discontinue it. The reason why is because I understand that these frames take much longer to edit and to upload than other frames. So these are essentially slowing down the process for us to actually upload quickly because we have to put one of these frames in. Each of these frames is also not getting much engagement. So it's like we're working really hard and the audience doesn't really like it anyway. So what are we doing here, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Why are we working hard, putting this in, slowing down the flow, and then in the end, nobody seems to like it anyways. Nobody seems to appreciate it. So I motion that we remove this, right? I would like to include Deepa into the conversation, but I would like this to get this motion started. Can we actually do this? Rizal, is there a second on the motion? I just want to make sure I'm not crazy here. I'd like to remove all of these yellow border infographics because I think that one, they're requiring quite a lot of time to do. Two, they're slowing down the flow of us being able to post on Instagram. Three, nobody seems to like it, right? Or at least our audience isn't engaging with it. So it's costing us time, the audience doesn't want it, and it's slowing down the flow, which is slowing down the flow of products and pictures that they might like to see, which is more like your group picture with Emil and everyone chilling here. This got 56 engagements, and sunset pictures. This got 45 engagements, and then the cool pictures like this, right? So these are easier. They're lighter. We can post more frequently, and our audience seems to love them anyway. So that's my motion. Can I get? Does anybody want to second that? Okay, it's been seconded. Okay, I just would like to have Deepa in this conversation because I know this is her pet project. So, Mr. Secretary, can we just put a new motion on new business? Consider removing the yellow panel boxes, right, from Instagram. And the reason is because of the three reasons. It takes a long time to build it. The audience is not engaging with it, and also it slows down the Instagram flow. Okay. Great. Let's wait for Deepa to get back and we'll talk more about that. Next item of business is Alvin wants to focus on manage my property page. Since Alvin isn't here, I don't know what the deal with that is, and I don't want it to remain on old business anymore. Mr. Secretary, can you just delete that? Mr. Secretary, also on the rotation of articles manually for Nusa Penida. I'm not sure if Deba did that, but Rizal. Okay, Rizal, you're supposed to be doing that. Okay.
Yes, actually, I just did that.
Okay, fantastic. What are the results, Rizal? Is it working? Is it getting more click-throughs or?
I don't still check it yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Are we supposed to check on Google Analytics?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at Google Analytics. All right, let's see what the result is. I'll just go ahead. Actually, Rizal, can you load Google Analytics first from your side, and then just share the screen when it's done loading, okay? I'll continue talking, and we'll wait for the results to come back. Deba, yes, okay, fantastic. Deba did get back to us on this, and there is a price list for the sticky banner. It's a little bit expensive for what it is. I think it's about $5 a month just to have a sticky banner. I'm not sure what the benefit of it is. I guess if I see more people, okay, we'll defer to the Google Analytics too as well. I think we can pay for it if we see that there's more people clicking on Manage My Property. But if there's not more people clicking on Manage My Property, I simply don't understand what the point of that could be. So let me go over here and I'll open up that site that Deba went to. Okay. Let's see, as the Secretary is preparing the Google Analytics, I'd like to do this, Mr. Secretary. Can you delete this order of old business, Deba Sticky Banner Update, and move the new order of business over here to that, because we've already evolved. So, Mr. Secretary, if you can delete this article here, this issue here about the Sticky Banner Update. Deba already has the update on that. I will open that now to see what it looks like. Okay, this is what the program costs. Let's take a look. And it looks like, okay, the starter packet is $8 a month. The pro packet is $15 a month. I think the main consideration is this. I'm gonna get the data point on here to see what the, actually, I don't even know what we're measuring. What's the point of getting the sticky banner again? Let's see. Does anybody remember? Okay. All right. So, hey, welcome, man. What's up? I don't know either. I'm kind of confused. I don't know why we're having a sticky banner. Rizal, do you know why we're paying for the sticky banner?
I don't know, sir, but in my opinion, the banner is like iklan yang mengganggu disturbing page.
Yeah, I know, but what's the difference between paying, because we have it now already. The sticky banner is already active now, as I understand. What's the point of paying for it and not paying for it? Okay, let's take a look. There's probably always a good reason. So let's go to bukitVista.com and open that up. Mr. Secretary, do you have the analytics for on Google Analytics now for the Nusa Penida blog? Yeah. Oh wait, we're going on Bitly, right? We're trying to see if, okay. I remember this, gentlemen, so, and lady. We're looking to see if changing and rotating manually improves the click-through rate on Bitly for all the articles on the Nusa Penida blog. Am I correct?
Sorry, sir?
Okay, so Bukit Vista has a Nusa Penida blog, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
On the Nusa Penida blog, we put different articles at the top and bottom, right?
Yes.
Okay, Nusa Penida blog, Bukit Vista. And then we have Bitly's now, according to each article. Is that correct? Okay, this is it, right? Rizal, if you'll stop sharing your screen. Sorry, I sent you on a wild goose chase. Please close the screen, and then I'll be able to see your faces again, because I can't see your faces now. So, I think what we did was this. We put different articles in, what? What? Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. Rizal, what did we rotate on this blog?
I'm referring at the astonishing something the
Actually, I need my laptop, please.
You need your laptop. Oh, sure. Okay. All right. All right. My wife's gonna take my laptop now. All right. I'm just a voice. I'm just a voice now. I'm a voice with Wayana's face on it. Okay. Rizal, I need to understand this a little bit better. What was the point of rotating the Nusa Penida blog?
maybe for the first page there's a lot of visitor, but at the point number two, number three, number four, there's nothing visitor and click the link. So
Okay.
maybe the rotation it will yeah refresh the
Was it
down
this?
point to the top point.
Okay.
Maybe
Rizal, just to be clear, was it this 8 Amazing Accommodations blog or was it the Nusa Penida 101 blog?
Um, hold on here. I want to share the link.
Okay.
It's from the
Okay. Places with astonishing sea views. Okay. Understood. Understood. So let me open that blog. And I guess, oh, right. I know what the problem is here, gentlemen and lady. The problem is this. Here's the issue. I can't share my screen and talk at the same time. Okay, but you, I don't need to share the screen to make this point. The problem is we need to record what the bit.ly click-through rate is before and then after we do the rotation. So what we're looking for is actually on bit.ly. So if we can open bit.ly, I'll show you what we're looking for. So, okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're looking for is after we started rotating the blogs, did we get more traffic to the pages that were at the bottom, right? So
yes.
now we don't know what the original was. We don't know which guest houses were at the bottom and which ones were not at the bottom. So we have a really hard time understanding what we're looking at. Like this, for example. And this. Okay, I see. All right. Fuck. Can we move? Hey, can we move to Bukit Vista? Because I'd like you guys to see my face as I'm illustrating this, okay? So
Oh, yes,
let's
yes.
move to Bukit Vista because this is not so working so well. So I'll see you guys there, okay?
Okay,
All
sir.
right. All right, welcome back. Okay, let me bring you through what I think the problem is. So we have a problem, and here's the problem. We took action on we set up a bad experiment. And the reason why it's a bad experiment is because we didn't measure what we had before, right? And we didn't make anything clear about what we wanted to measure. So poor Rizal there has rotated all the blog entries, and we don't know what the difference is, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so the very first thing we need to know is this. The very first thing we need to know is which links do these correspond to on the bit.ly? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so Book It Sunrise, see, the link is not a good link. You see the link at the very bottom here of my screen? It says 2VG VVFGK. Do you see that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, on the lower left-hand side, it says 2VGFK. That's a bad link because later on when I go here, I've got to look for that link, like crazy style, right? Okay, here it is. Here's that link. So why do I call it that? That's really annoying. That's difficult to understand. I want to change that link, right? I want to call that link Bukit Sunrise. So that way, when I look for that, that makes it easy. So that's the very first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to change that link instead of 2VVGFK. I'm going to call it, wait for it to show up. I can't change it. Okay, I'd like to change this now to Bukit Sunrise. Okay? And then I'm going to save that link. And it's going to go there. And hopefully this link will have changed too. Let's see. I don't know how Bitly's work, so if I change the name of that link, I hope that corresponds to the same Bitly and not a different one now. Let's see. Okay. And the link still shows, I think, 2VV. Okay, let's see what happens when I click it. When I click it, it still goes to that old link. All right. So that's a problem then. Okay, so we have a friction. We have a friction of understanding what is happening on which particular link. So we did the experiment. Let me ask Rizal. Rizal, before, was Bukit Sunrise at the top of this list, or was Bukit Sunrise at the bottom of the list, or what was the position of Bukit Sunrise before?
Bukit Sunrise at the bottom, sir.
It was at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look and see if there was a change. When did you actually make the rotation? When did you rotate Bukit Sunrise from the bottom to the top? 5 days ago, 6 days ago? Do you remember?
It's on Monday. Sir.
Monday. Okay, Monday was about 4 days ago, so that was May 27th, and it looks like nothing happened actually. So that's pretty interesting. On May 27th, on May 15th, we had 1 click. On May 27th, we had no clicks, right? Let's take a look at something else that you rotated. Manta Cottages, was that at the bottom or at the top before?
At the bottom, but number 2.
Okay, so close to the bottom. All right, the Bitly link, if you look on the lower left-hand corner, the very low, it's 2GODWST. So let's go over here and find that. Oh, that's this one, okay? So let's take a look at the statistics on that. Okay, so you rotated on, was on the 27th? On Monday too, right? Was that rotated on Monday? Okay. All right, once again, no change. After you rotated it, there was no increase in traffic. So basically, here's my advice for this. I think this experiment needs to be set up better, okay, for the future. Because we don't know what we're measuring. We don't know what to look at, and we don't know what the before and after is. So here's my advice for this. On this rotation, let's go with this. Let's go and set up, I think, the format for a future way to do this. So I think what you need to do is you need to start documenting evidence before, and you need to make the change and then show what happened afterwards. So it has to be a timeline. So what you would do in a particular experiment is this. So once I create this new document, hopefully you guys can see it. Come on, hurry up. Oh, I'm waiting for this thing to load. Kills me. Okay, as I'm waiting for that, I'll skip ahead and talk about something else, and then we'll come back to this, okay? But we'll come back to about how we set up an experiment. The next one is about Bona. Okay, so Bona set up this thing. Right, he created this 9-gag. I talked about this yesterday too as well. I'm not sure what this was about at all. And Bona said essentially that the audience on 9-gag tend to be very sarcastic and kind of negative too, right? What did he say? He said that there's some actions. The community is a bit toxic and rude. All right, let's see what the community said. What did the community say? All right, create new document. Wow, the experiment topic isn't done yet. Why is it so slow? Oh, because I'm recording, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me move. I'll come back. I'm just setting up a new computer. My wife kicked me off the old computer. All right, so we have this. I'm not sure what this is. Okay, it got 8 comments. Shut up. Thank you. No, you should. Okay, this sounds like just nonsense, right? I don't think I don't think I think we were. It's like you go to a comedy show and you talk about serious politics, or you do like an all hands at like somebody's wedding. It just doesn't make any sense, right? People are like not receptive. So I can safely say after this experiment, I don't think this is the right arena for posting here. So I think this is not our community. This is not a productive discussion, and this is a stupid, right? This is like childish. No, don't try. I have the high ground, so you shut up. And then blah 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 blah. Okay, clearly this is not our community. Clearly this is pointless. So I think the takeaway from this is that we don't post our 9gag anymore.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, great. So we have a takeaway there. Where can we write this down? I would like to remember this somehow. Mr. Secretary, where do you think we can record it so that future people do not think about putting Bukit Vista articles on 9gag?
Okay, so let's put on YouTube.
Okay.
It doesn't. Maybe let's just put it on the SLAs for now, Mr. Secretary. Just don't post on 9gag. It's worthless. And later, it's not a general SLA, but let's just put it there for right now. I think when later on we can organize it. It might go on to a warning list for future digital marketing people at Bukit Vista, so that they don't accidentally repeat a mistake, or like a fail list. Don't put articles on 9gag. Okay, Mr. Secretary, just go ahead for the time being and put it on the Guild SLAs, and please delete this entire thing. I think this is done. So we can delete everything that Bona did on 9gag, and let's continue further. All right, on Instagram, JokeJet area content has been taken and edited. Good, and this will be posted on Instagram. Great. So is there any discussion about that? I think that's just FYI, right?
Yeah, this Bona update.
Okay, great, fantastic. I don't think we need to keep it on old business. I guess I'll do it. So, Mr. Secretary, you can just delete that too. The next order of business is publish the Game of Thrones article on website, create a thread on Instagram and Facebook to bring through the website. Okay, great. And then check the bit.ly link on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and check the bit.ly link on that and see how we're doing. Of course, my computer locked down. So I'm going to go over here and use a different computer. Give me a second. BV 2016. Okay.
I have opened the link, sir.
A what? Oh,
I have opened the link. And
you opened the link. Oh, fantastic. Can you share the link, sir? And we'll just probably look at your screen then. Okay. Whoa, what do we get? What? Google Maps. What's that about? I'm confused. Okay. Is that this bit.ly link here, Rizal? The one that says
Yeah.
oh crap, I have to sign in. Let me see. Here, let me try this result. I'll copy that link over here, and I will paste it over here and see what we get. And hopefully we get something nice. Okay, meantime, jumping back up to the experiment. So this is related to Rizal's rotation discussion. So if we want to do an experiment, I think the very first thing is what are we testing, right? So we need to be deliberate and intentional about what we're looking for. So we wanted to see if does the link to a article at the bottom of the blog get more clicks if we move it to the top, right? So that's essentially the question we're trying to ask. And so we should have a before, and then we should have the date of change, and then we should have an after. So the proper way, I think, to do this experiment for, let's say we call this experiment as an article rotation. So the proper way to have this experiment is this. You show what it was getting clicked on before. So let's say, for example, the date of change we know was on May 27th. That's when Rizal rotated the articles. So what was the analytics before? So we can say, oh yeah, before it looked like, I know this isn't it, but I'm just giving it like for an example, right? Before, this is what it looked like, okay? And I'll add that image so that we can see what the traffic looked like. Okay, hopefully this is the right one. Okay, so it looked like that, right?
Yes.
So, of course, we're doing it on the same day, so it doesn't really make any sense. But let's say, for example, today we started and we rotated it again. And then after you change it, you come back a few days later and you measure, okay, let's pretend we're in the future now, right? And it is June 15th. It is June 15th, and then we can take a look at that again. And let's pretend we look at the graph now on June 15th, and it looks different. And then we screenshot it then, right? And we say, oh, okay, all right, this is June 15th now, and this is our new data. And we post it up here. Okay, let's wait for that to go in. Okay. I know I was getting different graphs if you noticed, that doesn't matter. But the idea is the same. The idea is that you measure what it looked like before you made the change. You measure what it looked like after you made the change. And then you know, oh, the change might have actually made this happen. And then you can see, oh, okay, rotating articles does improve the amount of clicks that you get on the article. But if you don't remember when you changed it and you don't measure what is then you rotate it, and then we have that confusion that we just did. We're like, what do we change? Why do we change it? When, you know, and we don't know really what success looks like. So I think this is a really good format for the next experimentation. And when you rotate it, then you can see, okay, did it actually affect it or not? Make sense, Rizal?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic, great. All right, let's talk about this Game of Thrones article. So, where is it? Okay, it's basically this one. And once again, I think we have the same experimental form. So on May 23rd, there was 23 clicks, okay? But once again, we don't know for what time frame, right? Was it 23 clicks? When did it start? When did it end? We don't have a picture, so we should have a picture. I don't know when Diva did this. I think she did it on May 23. So what I'm hoping to see is, oh, it did seem to work. Good. Okay, so the Game of Thrones article seemed like it was about to die, and then on May 23rd, it was dead, right? No more clicks anymore. And then on May 24th, after she had distributed on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot, and Twitter, it seemed to pick up again, and it seemed to stay alive. So that's a good sign. That means redistribution after your primary distribution works, I think, right? Now, there's no way of actually knowing, would that have continued if Diva didn't distribute the link, right? The real way to measure if, let's say, for example, the distribution on Instagram and the distribution on Facebook work is to create new links, right? If you create new links, then you know that, oh, okay, this is from Instagram and it's only from Instagram. Because right now when somebody clicks on it, we've distributed it on Instagram, we've distributed it on Facebook, and we launched it also on other places too. So we don't know, is it because we redistributed it again that create the following traffic, or was it from the original link? So once again, the experiment isn't perfect again. It's somewhat like, it could be this or it could be that. Once again, so the way I think for this experiment to be done a little bit cleaner in the future, let's say, should we post on LinkedIn? We'll make a specific bit.ly just for LinkedIn and then distribute it only on LinkedIn. And then you can see, oh, when I distribute it on LinkedIn, these are the clicks that I got. And then that way your channel separation can be much more clear. Because right now,
Yeah.
all the distribution is coming in through the same link, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, oh wait, I lied! Great, Bitly tells you where it's coming in from. Fantastic, all right, so we know the distribution. Thank God Bitly thought for us, right? So Bitly has been able to determine that 27 have come from Instagram, 6 are from email, SMS, and direct. Not sure what that, maybe WhatsApp, and 6 came in from Facebook. So okay, all right, that looks pretty good. It looks like the Facebook part worked, and the other part worked too. Twitter, it doesn't seem like anybody clicked on Twitter, right? Okay, so attach the astonishing blog from the current thing. I don't know, Mr. Secretary, should we keep this as old business, or is this experiment finished?
I think I will do it because we have to experiment the next step.
Okay, well, so let's keep it on old business, and let's just tell Diva about it next time when we come around. We'll see how many more clicks we get. All right,
Yeah.
Rizal's working on a vlog for Nusa Penida. Oh, there she is. There's Diva. Diva showed up. All right, so Diva, we're looking at the distribution on. Oh, wait, actually you missed it, so I have to continue. So, all right, you'll have to watch the video now. Rizal's working on a vlog for Nusa Penida. And the friction is that there's no bandwidth for now, estimated May 30th. Okay, it's May 30th, Rizal. What have we done? Let's take a look. So we're working on a script, and we started editing that script for May 27th. Rizal, tell us more about the script.
Okay. So, but my script is I will introduce the Nusa Penida for the guests that have never visited Nusa Penida. So I will introduce through this vlog.
Nice.
Actually, I made the two platforms. First from YouTube, and then the second one is for Instagram. And then I started again with 2 episodes. The episode 1 is the side of Nusa Penida, and the second one is side from Nusa Penida.
Okay, fantastic. Very good. Thank you very much for making that script. When do you want to move it to, what's the next step, Rizal?
Okay, I will post it at 6 p.m. sir, at this day.
Okay.
So I will put it on the Instagram first, but for YouTube, maybe I will post it on group, and maybe I will get some feedback for the video before I upload it.
Okay, great. So wait, you've made this video already. How is that
Yeah.
possible? Okay, all right. Let's watch the video then. All right, here we go. Oh, it's a 2-minute video. Wow.
Hi, I'm the Nusa Penida presents an unforgettable, adventurous experience for everyone who comes. Yes, indeed, you will see the blue ocean along the road that bring you to a warm and comfortable tropical atmosphere. And in this episode, I will invite you to explore beautiful and awesome spots on Nusa Penida, especially at the west side popular destination. And also, I will show you some tips which gonna help you while staying here. Our first destination is Clicking Beach.
Wow.
As people know, Clicking Beach is a stunning place with views of a T-Rex-shaped hill that you can see from above. The next destination is Crystal Bay. Here, you will enjoy white sand combined with turquoise green seawater. Yes, very beautiful. Angel Belaban is our next destination. This place is more photographic spot on Nusa Penida because of the landscape is unique and it has crystal clear water. And if you walk again, you will meet our final destination. It is Broken Beach. Broken Beach will present astonishing view of cliff affected by sea abrasion and produce giant cave-like holes. And it's time to give you some tips. Maybe that will help you a little. Tips number 1. Use a scooter. because this is the cheapest and easiest way to get to your destination. Tips number 2. Complete all your needs before going to Nusa Penida. Because this place is located remotely, so the price for the food and beverage is very pricey. So, what are you waiting for? Get ready of your things and your bags, and I'll see you in Nusa Penida.
Awesome. Wow. And that's just episode 1. There's 2, right?
Yes, the first one is for Instagram. Sir.
Wow. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Okay. What? Wow. Wow. This is great. This is fantastic. Okay. Oh, so the second one's shorter. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. You already did it. You were already thinking about this before. Wow. Okay. All right. Do I need to open the second episode, or is it pretty much the same thing?
Yes, it just
Okay. I'll just open it.
This different format, sir.
Oh, different
But
format.
the video is the same.
Same. Okay. So I won't open it. I'll close it. Okay. Got it. All right. Great. Okay. Great. Wow. Wow. I didn't know you were building footage for that on your Nusa Penida trip. Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Because this was his project after he came back. Okay. Anyways, good job. All right. So I guess we can have a discussion. And yes. Okay. Mr. Secretary, please put out as new business what the next step should be for this video. I'm thinking distribution. Oh, Tadiba, yes.
Actually, we already talked about this.
Okay.
And it's today is scheduled to post it on Instagram.
Okay.
And post also the long version on YouTube.
Okay.
And bring the link into our
Welcome
our
message.
bio. Our bio. And
Our bio. Okay. A bio on Instagram.
So like to work, like when we get to Game of Thrones articles.
Oh, okay. Good.
You can actually click it and see the long version.
I think this can also be on the welcome video, on the welcome message. For,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a bigger audience. Yeah, much bigger audience. Okay, all right, great. Let's, Mr. Secretary, please just put down. We'll discuss about distribution options at the next sync up, or even before. Yeah. Or do you want to do it before, or before the next meeting, or? Okay. All right. Let's just put it as a new order, a new business distribution options for the vlog video. I think it's actually pretty exciting, and let's consider 3 categories. One is through guest welcome messages. Second is, of course, YouTube and Instagram, and using a similar thing to like what we've done on Game of Thrones. Okay. Next is Diba. We have partners testimonials in the pipeline, unedited from Sorry Gardening, and everybody will follow up on the Bukit Vista Video Guild. Okay. Any follow up on that, Diba?
Did we have start
Video Guild, yeah. There is no Video Guild. I guess this is the Video Guild now. The Video Guild has been rolled into the Digital Marketing Guild. If we want to separate it, then at some other point, I think we can separate, because this meeting is taking forever right now, as you can see. So we have a lot of things here. Okay, I just want to talk about this. This thing is what I talked about last time. I would like to actually harvest keywords from reviews to be republished into copywriting. So this is just an idea. I think if we want to make this real, we have to turn it into a project. So I'll keep it on old business for now, but if we still think it's a good idea, if we're not going to remove it, then we'll make it into a project and start looking for essentially a way to parse keywords from the reviews that we get, and then start creating like title headlines from the keywords that we're getting. I think this can all be automated, actually. I think you can actually have something that essentially harvests all the keywords from the reviews and then creates ideas for headlines. So I'm just going to keep that on old business. Okay, let's move on to new business now. So I'll move on from the bottom up, because that way we'll save a little bit of time. So right, I'm asking about how we can parse reviews, major keywords. I probably will talk to Bayou about that, because that's kind of like a software thing, a technical issue. Okay, next item of business, never post something on 9gag. Yes, okay, very good. We have Medium and Twitter already posted, very good. So this is for Game of Thrones. Great. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the Medium article, great. Tadiba, do we know what the engagement was on Medium?
So because in Medium, they have this thing when people want to read our full article, they have to pay, right?
Oh, right, Medium. Yeah, like me. Yeah, I paid for Medium. Okay, so Medium might have a more limited audience because it's paid for, but it might not be a bad thing. We haven't had any claps yet. Oh wait, you cannot applaud your own story, but I think it means nobody's applauded our story yet, which is that's kind of sad. Okay, all right. So we have no. So Medium uses hand claps rather than likes for ranking something, and it seems like the story is eligible to be part of the metered paywall. Okay, let's take a look and see. Started following. Hey, wow! But we did get a lot of followers after we published it, so that was good. We got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got 3 followers after it was published. Okay, could be good. Okay, Mr. Secretary, let's just remove that from new business. That's just we can delete it. We don't need to put it to old business. And the Twitter thread was already made. I did notice that almost nothing came in on Twitter, right? So is it a best new practice to not post on Twitter anymore because Twitter seems to be very empty? That's my contention. To Diva.
I think it's actually kind of surprising because actually this is how they post like the thread and everything, but they don't have any engagement.
Okay.
Or maybe because it's already a post type.
Ah, yeah.
I don't know. Because Twitter is usually the sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because it's usually the fastest viral, right?
Yes, fastest form of social media. I know one thing about Twitter. Your timing is the most important thing on Twitter. It's really just all about timing. It's kind of like a joke.
Yeah.
If you tell the punchline after everyone's laughed already, nobody will laugh again. So if you hit it at the right point, then it has quite a lot of spin to it. Do you think the Game of Thrones hype is over now, or is it something to do with timing or something else?
Yeah, it's going down.
Okay, all right. So it could have been maybe the right place, but maybe the wrong time.
Could be.
Okay, so let's not discount Twitter. Perhaps I would like to actually aggregate a lot of these lessons together. So let's say for Twitter, unlike 9gag, it could be good, but we just maybe have the wrong timing on it. So let's write that down on new business for Twitter, and then delete that from new business. The next item is Reddit. Okay, Reddit, we did not allow Bitly links. Okay, great. Attach our property links to Game of Thrones footer article. Okay, good. Okay. We have to decide what to put on old business and what to put on new business. Okay, Deepa's finally here, so we can talk about this. The sticky banner. What was the point of paying for the sticky banner again?
We want to make a button who everyone that visit our website can click to right through the manage my property.
Mm-hmm.
This is something for when we have this project to upgrade the click-through rate to manage my property.
Okay, let's take a look at what it looks like now, and let's understand what it should look like when it's finished. So we have the Manage My Property by Bukit Vista. Oh God. Wow. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to load up, you had a conversation with my friend Ed. That's funny. So, all right, let's take a look at this. Yes, we're talking about removing the yellow boxes on Instagram, but we'll have that for the next session because that's a pretty big discussion, I think. We need to, right, okay, so that's the likes machines for Instagram, probably one of the factor that followers are lost. Okay, Diva, please tell us more about the May 23rd.
Oh yeah, it was the day after the Jakarta riot when Instagram is down, so we cannot post. I try one, Dani try one, well, there's one day that is able if you use VPN, but what's the point of posting if no audience?
Alright, got it. Okay, so that's an FYI. Let's, Mr. Secretary, let's just go ahead and remove that. Next one, like machines for Instagram. For probably not one of the okay, go ahead.
I also put it on the paper of Instagram management discussion. So I put on the data. I used to like doing the like bomb and the comment bombing to all the hashtags, right? And then I record the data I have the ability to do that again.
Okay.
It could be logically it could be like one of the factors where we have some loss.
Okay. So, oh, we're not liking people, so then the like bots stop
Yeah,
liking us,
yeah.
right? Understood. Okay. Well, I guess that's a hypothesis.
Yeah.
A lot of what we do in digital marketing is to test out hypothesis, and this is why the experiment is pretty valuable. Diva, can you think of an experiment that would test your hypothesis if that was a like bot that actually delisted or?
Yeah, actually, I want to start this again.
Okay.
And since we have more people that have access to Instagram, means more likes and more followers, right?
Okay.
So, like, well, probably I will create a subcommittee. Maybe with, I will maybe with Gani first.
Okay.
So like to discuss how to do it.
Okay.
So because it works previously when I make it my project like the 300 and 500 something
Okay.
followers. So I will try to activate with Gani maybe.
Okay.
I will perform the subcommittee.
Gani, you've been asked to join Diva's subcommittee to create a what's the
Let's
name?
call it a like machine for a game.
You're trying to get like machines, or you're trying to detect like machines, or what's the?
Yeah, to test this hypothesis, right?
Oh, okay.
If you like and follow again actively.
Okay. Gunny, are you aware of this hypothesis that Diva wants to test out?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. Diva wants to recruit you to test out an experiment. The experiment will see if liking certain profiles. What exactly is it?
Liking, commenting, and following certain profiles that related to our hashtags.
Okay. And by doing that, we can get likes and follows back, right?
Yeah, because if we follow, a lot of people actually, well, what previously done is, yeah, they follow us, and
Okay. Got it. So, that brings up a philosophical question, I guess. Do we want actually bots to follow us?
But
These are
I'm
machines.
not a bot.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the idea is if you engage more with, let's say, your audience, they'll engage more with you, right? They'll get more follows and likes back if you engage more.
Okay.
Okay, all right, that's the experiment. So please set up an experiment. Maybe try doing that with a few people and try seeing if the people who actually followed us came from that set or not. If most of the people who, let's say, you engage with follow you back, then that would be a good sign. That would indicate that it's working. If most of the people who newly followed you are not from that set, it means it's not making any difference, right? Okay, great. Thank you. Mr. Secretary, let's create a subcommittee there and put it on new business. I would also need to reduce, there's so much, I don't think Bona or anybody else should just wall text the new business. This is way TLDR stuff, so I think we need to create a limit to how much you can actually write inside this without off-paging. All right, fantastic. Okay, feedback for the quick response. Yes, my friend Bodhi, Ed, always loves to be like a troll. I think he oh, okay. Oh, he did actually want to do that. All right, good. Fantastic. So there's an inquiry. Yeah, is it far from the beach?
Yeah.
Here.
And then because I don't know it, and I can ask and like Danny since he has the account, so like, hey, can you help me to answer this? And then that's the positive thing when we work this
Okay.
together.
Yeah. There's multiple heads, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Many hands make light work. Great. Okay. So let's do this then. Rizal. Mr. Secretary, can I have you create that subcommittee on new business for Instagram that Diva and Gani will form a subcommittee to test engagement hypothesis. So the hypothesis is if we engage more, we will get more followers and see if that works. And for the rest, Diva, can I just delete this or? Oh yes, the chair recognizes Cynthia.
Okay, talking about the engagement, have you tried our website plan?
Cynthia, could you repeat that?
Yeah, talking about the engagement for searching for to indicate our engagement rate of Instagram about the replies or maybe the like. Have you tried about Plank? PHLANH.
PLANH. No, I don't know what that is, Cynthia. What is playing?
Okay, that's okay. Rizal will help you with that.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, it is an order. Oh, phalanx. Okay, got it. Nope, don't know. What is that?
Yeah, I got this from my friend that working in an agency in Jakarta. So
Okay.
we use this to indicate or to track about the engagement rate of our Instagram.
Oh, Instagram analytics.
Yeah,
Okay, so essentially what you're describing is social media analytics, right? It will allow
Yeah.
us to look inside. Okay, great. That's great for actually a topic of new conversation, I think. Let's put it on new business on Instagram, Mr. Secretary. We're running out of time right now. I think we've already gone over time, so I'd like to try to get this thing concluded. The other thing I think, Cynthia, that you wanted to mention was about brand engagement with your idea, right?
yeah.
Okay, so Cynthia, is that listed in new business here?
No, I haven't made it.
Ooh, okay, all right. Cynthia, I need you to put it in new business because otherwise we can't see it and we're kind of all over the place right now. So,
Okay.
okay, Mr. Secretary, I'll go over this document afterwards and reduce some of the bulk of it. There's way too much stuff here later, and I think we need to cut it down. Otherwise, we have information overflow. I'd ideally like to remove all the things off of old business that will be a project into projects on Trello, and then some of the stuff that just can go off, we can just remove. Okay. Great. Thank you very much. I think that's it for today. And does anybody have? Wait, actually no. There's no new business because we covered it. All right. The next meeting will be on. June 7th. Is anybody back here on June 7th? No.
This still take the action.
Okay. What about June 14th then? Okay. Well, let's do this, Mr. Secretary. Let's have the new next meeting. We'll skip it for Lebanon holidays. So we'll have the next one on June 14th. I'd like to nominate, let's see, who's the last one? Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're going to, okay, it's alphabetical. After Jing is Ghani. Wait, G-H-I-J. No, Rizal.
Yes.
Okay. Rizal, you are the next chairman. You're chairing on the 14th of June, and your secretary will be Deba. Deba, okay.
Oh, Bornam, right? Oh, Bornam.
I don't see Bona much actually for anything these days, so I'm not sure.